Magical Friday, hello. Hello, everyone. Let me make sure I am on all my social media. I think we are good, y'all. I think we are good. We're good there. We are good there. I think we're good to go. All right, hello, everyone. I'm just going to hang out. I'm going to keep this live open as long as I can. You will see what I'm doing during the day. It's kind of like a work along with Madam Z today. So, hello everyone, happy Friday. I'm going to be pulling some cards. If you guys want some cards, let me know. But today we're going to really focus on ancestor work and talking to spirits and people who have passed through the veil, and also maybe some pets are going to come through, maybe some aliens, some beings are going to come through, some elementals are going to come through. So this is kind of an experiment for me to just do like a day in the life of a witch and what I do and hanging out with you, because I'm so structured about, hey, let's talk about these 5 top things. Let's talk about these 3 things, right? So today I feel like, the goddess has just called me to just show up, talk about what's coming up, hang out with y'all, pull some cards about what's coming through with the spirit side, talk about my mediumship mastermind that's coming up, see what I'm doing during the day, how I spend my day. And so you might hear some things going on. Hello everyone. I have a couple viewers, so if you are here, let me know. So I'm leaving this live open for a while, as long as it'll let me do a live. So you'll see me working, you'll see me leaving, grabbing lunch. I've got a friend here. So you might see us hanging out, just talking. I'm pulling cards today. I'm working. I'm trying to get my article done for Which Way magazine that is due. So I'll be working on that. I may pull up the hotlines. I may be working the hotlines some today, so you can see a little bit behind the scene of what it's like when the hotlines go off. So it's really just a day in the life of what's going on with Madam Z. So tonight we have a paranormal investigation. So that's coming up at the Beatty House. So I probably need to do a live there, but hell, I don't know. I may not. Who knows? So drop your questions in today. So we're talking about mediumship skills today. We're talking about how to connect with mediums. I am on streaming my YouTube channel. And I am also streaming on my social media for Facebook. I haven't streamed in a while on my Instagram. I need to, but we got some chats. Hold on. Let's see. Hey Liz, how are you? I've been doing well. Thanks for joining me today. Let's see. So I may go silent. Pop in your questions, because I'm going to be really concentrating on working today and getting some things done. But you guys are going to be here with me. I work along today. And I'm also going to be pulling cards from the ancestor spirit. I really feel like, especially since I'm going to be doing paranormal investigations tonight, and we're going to talking about mediumship. Hey Sarah, good morning. First time I'm able to see you. I know. It's been a while since I've actually done this. I usually go live every Wednesday in my Witchy School of Wisdom. But today is super impromptu. Today is just, let's hang out. Let's talk about mediumship. Let's talk about spirit. Let me pull some cards for you. And then I'm going to be working. So you'll hear me clacking away. I have to get an article done. If you say, hey, Madam Z, if you want to come on, I can invite you guys to come on and we can sit there and chat and have a conversation. I mean, this is like no holds barred. This is whatever you guys want to do. If you want to just hang out, if you have a question and want to come on, live, then definitely I can invite you. So if you have any questions about who's coming through, my psychic mediumship mastermind is coming up on end of August. Let me pull up my date. August 29th, which is a Monday. So we start on that. That is coming up. That is a 12-month mastermind where we learn our psychic abilities. We learn how to dive into the psychic abilities. We practice. This is a mastermind where we learn from high vibe mastermind people who are really into developing their psychic skills. So that is coming up. That's $33 a month or $333 paid in full. And I love mediumship. We're going to set up Ouija boards. I'm trying to get my camera set up so I can split, so you can see me and split what the Ouija board is doing. Hey, Netta. Hey, girl. So it's been forever. How you doing? I was thinking about you yesterday because I bought this whole line of lipstick. And I was like, I need to ask Netta what she uses on her lipstick, for her lipstick. And so I was thinking about you yesterday. So yeah, Netta's one of my students and my ride or die chick. Ooh, so I dropped my coffee. Oh my God, y'all, see, this is a day in the life. I just spill my coffee everywhere. I've been singing, like, this morning. I was all about old school R&B today. And I was singing 911, Shorty Got Me Going on the Dance Floor. Does everybody remember that song? You know, 911. So I make a mess, y'all. So today's a day in the life of Madam Z. So I might turn our hotlines on. You ready want me to turn the hotlines on and see what it's like to work as a hotline person? You know, I love my lipstick, my feminine magic. Yeah, I do. Feminine magic or glamour magic is huge. I've been doing that a lot lately too. I just got my nails done, got my feet done. And my glamour routine is, let's talk a little bit about that. And we'll talk a little bit about mediumship. So glamour magic for me in the morning, I put rose hip oil on my skin, along with a de-wrinkler, anti-wrinkler, because you know I'm old. And you know, us goddesses got to take care of our skin, right? So I put that on my skin, and then I infuse it with sigils, beauty sigils. And depending on what I want to bring in during the day, I use one of those roller balls and one of those little, whatever those things are, blade-looking things, right? Yeah, Lizzo said, yeah. Hey, Netta, you want to come on? I'll invite you on. And then I say my affirmations. If I want to bring in more love and understanding, I'll use the rose quartz one. But if I want to bring in abundance, stability, money, abundance of money, not abundance of bills, then I will use the adventuring. Or if I want to bring in wealth today, if I want to bring in some clients today, if I want to make, that kind of commitment and set that intentions, then I will use my jade roller is really good out there, and then I use my green adventuring. But I have a whole green adventuring set, so that's what I use. And every time I do that, every time I'm rolling my skin with the rose hips oil, that affirmation, and that gemstone roller, yeah, Netta's gonna come on. I'll invite her on in a minute. Just let me know, girl, and we'll come on. And then we'll pull some ancestor cards for you. So it really does help. It sets my intentions for the day. And, glamour magic is all about shape shifting, right? It's all about transforming who you really are as a muggle into who you want to represent, or you want the other people to see who you are or who they think you are. Let me turn off some tabs, close some tabs. Who you want to present yourself. Does everybody here? Anybody here else do glamour magic? Does anybody want to come on? Let me look at my other channels and see if we have any other channels. I'm gonna meet that. Where's everybody from? I'm outside of Kansas City, so I moved from Austin. So I'm loving my house. I'm still unpacking. I'm still decorating. This is like a naked wall, and I can't figure out what to do with this wall right here. Because you guys see this? I should have put this picture over there. But I have so much other stuff I planned for this office that I just don't want to throw stuff up. So, oh, Luz does performing glamorous magic. What do you do? What's your routine? Share with me any magical routines. Ah, Sarah's in Houston. Yay! It's not far from where I was. I was in Austin. My BFF is here, so she's from Houston also. So yeah, awesome. So yeah, me and my BFF, she kind of remains off camera all the time, which is fine. But we do a lot of ghost hunting together. So she's here, and we're gonna go do some ghost hunting this weekend. Actually, tonight at the Beatty House. So speaking of ghost hunting, I'm working on a book about spirit communication and haunted St. Joe, paranormal stuff. So that's going to be really cool coming up. So who needs a card? Who wants me to log on to the hotlines? Let's log on to the hotlines because you never know who's going to show up, and you never know if it's going to be busy or not, right? And whoever comes on, I'll tell you what they're asking. How about that? I'll paraphrase it. Everybody will remain anonymous. So I don't want to call out my clients like that, but it's hotline, so it's on now. So when the client comes in, you hear go ding, 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 and then I'll show you and I'll tell you what they say. So let me get my card up. All right, so who needs a card? So let's talk a little bit about mediumship skills too, also, because I do have a mastermind mediumship course that is coming up. So does anybody here have medium skills that they want to develop? Let me go into my Facebook group and post that I am here. I need to do ASMR with these nails, right? I wish I could play music, but Facebook will mute me where you can't hear me, unfortunately. So I just tagged everyone. Where says Facebook user, that's just me. And I just tagged everyone in my Witchy Wisdom. Let me drop my Witchy Wisdom group link, matter of fact. So you guys can join my free group if you want to. So that means we can tag people who want to come in on the show. So that is my free Facebook group if anyone wants to join my free Facebook group. We have about 800, almost 900 people in there, so I'm super excited about that. So let me read. Liz is in Tallahassee. Oh, how's Tallahassee down there? How's the weather? So it's getting a little bit hot here. So I don't know. I don't like summertime. We just celebrated Lunasa, so that is, hot. So, Luz, my routine starts every morning with me taking my shower using my olive oil infused with lavender soap. Oh my God, I bet you that smells beautiful. While saying my affirmations and goals I want to achieve for the day. I love that, Luz. I love that you're setting those intentions. Oh, hot and humid, yeah. I'm thinking this. Ooh, incoming call. So let's. I'm gonna open the chat, and I'm gonna tell you what they say, and then I'm gonna tell you how I pull cards. So this is kind of fun. So this is what happens when you work in the hotlines too. So we're gonna start the chat, and this person comes up, and then I'm gonna shuffle the cards, and you can use any tarot deck you want to, and then the person's like, "Hello," and then I get a response. You can say whatever you want to. Let's see what kind of questions. And you start off with just a basic, hey, how are you? What's going on? And then she says, my name is such and such, date of birth, right? And then the person's interest, she give me the person's interest. And then I'll say like, oh, thanks, I got the information. And then they want to know, does she have feelings for me? Okay. Most of the time when you're on the hotlines, you will have love relationships questions. So then I'll say something like, yeah, let's take a look and see what my guides say. So then I always tell them what I'm doing. So I'm going to tell them I'm going to start shuffling. And you tell me when to stop. Isn't this interesting? You guys find this interesting? This is live. So then what I do is I just start shuffling and I'll call in their name. Like pull, let's see, I can't say that. So their names, and I keep it in my third eye. And then they'll type in there, yeah, you can stop. So they said stop, and then I'll cut it 3 times. And let's see what the energy is around their question. So we have the 7 of Pentacles for them. So I'll tell them. And in a relationship reading, and I teach this in my academy, how to read tarot cards for specific questions, especially relationships. So the definition of that is that she wants to start off slow. And, oh my God, what are my words? And build, sorry. My words are leaving me. So what is everybody's interpretation of the 7 of Pentacles in a relationship reading? Then I'll give them lots of encouragement. When I read tarot, it's never like negative. It's like, oh, that you're going through this, but it's a positive thing, right? This is what we can do. This is how we can navigate. And so that was the end of our session. So the other ones will come on. And so when other people come on, then we'll go do that live. So that's very interesting, isn't it? Hey, Caitlin, hello. So when another person comes in on the hotline, then I'll go through that too with you guys. Let's see, Caitlin's here. Hello, Caitlin. Ellie's here. Ellie is our very first witchling in our group. So good morning, Ellie. So cute. So what is you guys' interpretation of the, what did I pull? The 7 of Pentacles. Here's the 7 of Pentacles when it comes to relationships. This is some kind of stability, long-term growth, going slow, developing. So I love this card for let's grow the relationship. Let's don't move into it super fast. So what are some of your interpretations from that? So I like the 7 of Pentacles. It's all about building your foundation in a relationship. So this is the kind of stuff that I teach in the academy. I have a whole course on how to read tarot and become a certified tarot reader under me. So let's see. Caitlin said, finding a new start in the relationship and building a foundation. Yes, correct. Yeah, Caitlin's one of my students. Oh, I'll go, we need to get you back at the academy, Caitlin. We miss you. But I know you're busy with the baby. So, yeah, Kate, I was going to call, oh my God, Caitlin. So let me tell you, yesterday, look at my hair, y'all. I just got this new color in, and I'm all over the place today. And so this right here and here is going to be all like fire yellow, but we had to lift this up a little bit. And she's like, we can't do it all at one time, but it's going to be a process. So all this is going to be red, and all this is going to be like a fiery yellow and orange. It's going to be a process. So, Sarah, I'm still learning, but I get a stability, correct. Let me go to my school so you guys can look at 911, show me got me going on the dance floor. All right, I have that song. Let's see. So if you're interested in courses, let me post those here. I have tons of courses. So yeah, Sarah, I don't want you to get overwhelmed, and don't, Caitlin, I'm going to come back to you. Don't forget, remind me. And if anybody wants to come on live and hang out with me, please do. This is my first time actually just doing a random live where you see a day in the witch of what's going on behind the scenes in their business. I do this full time, so this is my business. Okay, Netta's about to come on. Hold on a second. So check out my classes on that, and I have a really good tarot course on that if you're interested in doing that. Okay, let's see if we can bring Netta on. But Caitlin, I was thinking about you yesterday because I was doing some vintage shopping, and I want to get a vintage style apron. So I was looking at Etsy, and I'm like, why am I looking at Etsy? I can just talk to Caitlin, and she can make me a customized one. So Caitlin, if you have your link, drop your link into the chat so everybody knows that if you're still making aprons, I assume you are. I know you're super busy with the fair that's coming up in October. And the baby. Yeah, so I was like, why am I sitting here trying to look at things on Etsy when I can just talk to Caitlin and she'll make me a custom one? But I want a very retro apron, kitchen apron. She does witchy apron. She does all kinds of aprons. But I want a kitchen apron right now. So I'm really getting into homemaking, which is weird because I'm not a homemaker. Let me invite Netta in. Can guess add channels to the stream. All right, so I'm going to drop this link for Netta, and this is new for me, so let's see what happens. So Netta, maybe if you click that will work. I don't know. And let me. Maybe I need to send this to Netta. I don't know. This is all new. This is a new streaming system, so we'll see if Netta can come on. So yeah, because I was out, I've been doing this for 20, 30 years, right? Witching and teaching witchcraft and paranormal studies and mediumship. And so as witches, we all know are magical people, healers, whatever you want to call yourself. I really don't care what you call yourself. It's just a word, it's just a title, doesn't mean anything really. I've shifted my energy some into creating more of a sense of community here and connecting with the land and being more kitchen witchery, herbal witchery, hedge witchery, and creating the home and environment that I want. I think this is coming up. Okay, here comes that. Let's see if I can do this. Add to stream. Oh my God, it's working, y'all. I think it's working. I'm hoping it's working. Let me see the volume. I don't know if we can hear you, Netta. Can we hear you? Oh, she's talking. She's working. So, so that's where I'm at now. I'm in this big shift. Does anybody feel a big shift where you just kind of want to stay at home and kind of nest and kind of bake and take care of your house? Yeah, Netta's, she's muted right now because she's working. So as soon as she's done, she can get free. She'll unmute herself, but she does a lot of stuff in between. So She'll, as soon as she's available to talk, then she will unmute. Does anybody else want to come on? You guys got the invitation, so we can do a whole collab. And so anybody wants to come on, and you can just come on and not, I don't even think you have to show your face, because some people are really weird about showing their face. So if you want to come on, you can take the video off, right? And then you don't even have to come show your face. You can be anonymous. That's like the cool thing, right? I've been feeling that way since COVID-19. I know, and it's so weird, isn't it? Maybe our cells in our body. Let's pull a card. Let's see what our ancestors have to say. I'm thinking maybe the cells in our body and, our DNA and, what's going on with the universe and everything is just telling everybody just to take a time out, to reset, and to go within and start healing. Oh, your phone doesn't like it. Uh-oh. See, I don't know if you can do it on your phone. Netta's on your phone. I think Netta's on the phone. Maybe. So let's see what our ancestors have to say about what's going on with this. Oh, she's trying to turn her phone. So give her a second. So what do our ancestors have to say? That's funny. And this is, I am the world's worst. So they want us to connect with water. Ocean water spirits is flying here and hydrate. I'm horrible because I was just talking about this yesterday. How I don't drink enough water and how I want people to start connecting, doing water magic. And the thing with water magic, so this is funny that this is coming from our ancestors. The thing with water magic is about healing yourself within, being more in flow, right? Letting go, letting the universe and universe take over. And the water is so cleansing and cooling to your soul. And even if you just put your feet in the water and just let the universe wash away all of your fears. Because here's the thing. Everybody tells you to ground through your feet. Go stand outside, go earth, do that all kind of stuff, right? You get back to my guide. But what they don't tell you is, because that is a source of energy where you're like dumping everything through your feet, you need to cleanse the energy of that let's see. Lessons, I'm lucky that I don't have to be back in the office all the time to work, but I find it hard to go back and deal with everyone's energy, so it's draining to me. I quit corporate America about 10 years ago, I think, 10 years ago. Oh yeah, grounding in the river is one of my favorite things. I love that Caitlin said that. Yeah, thanks, Les. That's a good one too. But people forget how important it is to cleanse the soles of your feet. That's where we walk every day. That's where we carry our weight through our feet. Our feet do a lot of taking on a lot of burdens. That's where we ground. That's where we, send all of our negative energy through our feet. So it's a very important, and I'm going to take my own advice because I suck when it comes to water magic. Water is not my thing. I'm an earth sign. So I need to work more with water. It's funny that come up too. And do more river magic, right? Do more, cleansing water, even if it is taking a bath. I've got a brand new huge spa bathtub upstairs that I don't even use. And I need to, because I just don't like water. So we have to get rid of all the stuff that we are holding on through our feet. Because if we walk daily and we're holding on to some negative energy, or we haven't cleansed that area of our body, every step that we walk throughout the day is going to be tainted with that energy that we're holding on to through our feet. Does that make sense? Caitlin says she's a fire sign, so when I need calm water magic is where I go. That's really good. I'm a earth sign, but I love fire. Fire magic, candle magic is my thing. Yeah, you would think you would use it all the time, but Well, if you're water, I guess you would. I don't like water, so. So connecting with water is really coming through. Water magic, sacred water, cleansing, spiritual baths, going by. It's funny, going by streams. Running water is what they're showing me. Not so much just, oh, let's hang out at stagnant water. Stream. Now, I am right by the Missouri River. And so I go down there a lot, but I don't go in there. So I'll hang out at the bank sometimes. And I didn't realize that the Missouri River was so freaking fast. So so I live in a town where it's super haunted, super paranormal. And so the pioneers would stop here, it's right outside of Kansas City, and with their wagons, and they would load up on all the supplies before they cross the Missouri River and go on to find their land in the pioneer days. So very magical here, lots of Indian, Native American magic here. So I love that came through for us. So who else wants a card from their ancestors? Netta, were you able to get off to open your mic or no? Come on, here we go. I don't know if she can. She might be working. My dog's coughing, y'all. Okay. Luz wants a card, so let's see. Yeah, Netta's working, so she comes in and out. So and Caitlin wants one. And Sarah wants one. So I'm going to drop this. Let me go into my... Let me drop a link to that. So that's what's coming up. Paranormal stuff's coming up. That's what I'm working on right now. I put that link in there. If you need me to drop in the link again, let me know. So let's do Luz first. She wants a card first, then Caitlin, and then Sarah. All right, let's drop it again. There you go. Oh, wow. So, look, this is very interesting. You have Viking ancestors. And they're telling you to answer the call to travel. It's funny you said this because you're like, I'm not going back into the office, right? But this also has water. This is also about leaving where I'm trying to get to focus, y'all. There you go. Leaving, he reminds me of like Red Eric, right? Eric the Green. Leaving where you're at, the stability, finding your ancestor roots, traveling, exploring who you really are, living your life, because I feel that the universe right now and your ancestors are telling you that you're too stagnant. You need to leave the stability of where you're at now, and you need to start exploring and traveling and conquering where you're at. So do you have Viking ancestors? Or are you connected to Viking ancestors? Because here's the thing. This is a whole rant. I'm not going to go on this rant right now. But just because you don't have a certain type of ancestors in you doesn't mean that you aren't connected to that. It could have been a past life. So if you say, oh, now I don't know why that's coming up, I don't have any, Viking DNA, then that means that this is coming through because of a past life experience. Okay. So let me check and see. So let me know if that resonates with you. That's interesting. Lots of Viking energy, lots of warrior, lots of fighting coming in, conquering, exploring, leaving the stability of where you're at now, traveling, stepping into where you're being called to, because they're telling me like you have this kind of push, this like something is calling me. I don't know what's calling me. I don't know where I'm going, but something is calling me. And so that's your ancestors telling you that you need to start exploring your mediumship, psychic abilities, witchiness, the creatrix, the high priestess, stepping into your magic and start exploring that part of you, because I feel like you're so much a healer. An earth healer, like with herbs and salves and, making your own kind of thing, very holistic, in getting the healing from what Mom Gaia is offering you through herbs, through plant medicine. Plant medicine is what I'm saying. I'm trying to see what else is coming through. You need to plan that trip, and it's across water. And they're saying going back to homeland, which is interesting. All right, so let me know if that resonates with you. So we got Buzz. Caitlin wants one. Caitlin's next. So this is the kind of stuff, sort of, that I teach in the mastermind that's coming up. Connect with ancestors. I teach how to use your psychic skills and develop your psychic skills, but in a different way. And this is why I do paranormal investigations differently. I use a combination of these kind of tools, magical tools, and a little bit of electronics. Shoot, I don't have my thing. After I pull cards, I'm going to show you my new. Is it over there? Yeah, I've got two new magical tools that I'm going to be using for paranormal investigations. So during the mastermind, we're actually going to spend time together connecting, calling in, doing readings, mediumship, developing your mediumships, using Ouija boards. Don't be afraid of Ouija boards. I'm going to help you get over the fear of using Ouija boards. I'm going to teach you. We're going to use spirit bottles, pendulums, dowsing rods. So we're going to really learn how to step into our magic as a mediumship and psychic skills. And so it's going to be hella fun. It's like this. I'm trying to get the camera split so you can see the Ouija board and then you can see me. And we'll bring people on. We'll talk about stuff. So let's see. Caitlin. Let's see what's coming up with Caitlin. Who's coming through with Caitlin? That's funny. All right, so this is the Native American Wheel of the Year, if you want to call it our medicine wheel, right? So this is about balancing your life and who you are. So the butterfly is coming up a lot for you. So that's super interesting. So maybe more Native American or medicine wheel. And this is about showing you taking a new direction and leaving. It's funny because we kind of have a recurring theme of like leaving where you're at, finding a new direction. I'm getting like, why is it south? I'm getting south for you, working with the elements of the south. Although I feel, and I have to research because I'm not up on my Native American medicine wheel. My dog's calling. South is not fire. Is it fire for Native American medicine wheel? Let me look. She has new medicine in, and it's not working for her. South. So let's look at what South represents for Native American medicine. That's what I want. Water. Of course it is, right? Water. So it's about emotional healing that you're going to be going through and stepping into. Everybody's got to work with freaking water. Why? Why have we got to work with water? So the South is about emotional healing, releasing emotional stuff that you've been holding on to. Second chakra work. And let's talk about second chakra work too. Summertime, which is still summertime, even though if you're Wiccan and you follow the wheel of the year, we're moving out of summer, but it still feels like summer. It's about adolescence, being more free, being more childlike, being more playful, and it's about relationships with self and others. So let's talk about the second chakra, which is I always work with root chakra. So I have an issue with lower chakras, the lower three chakras, right? So the second chakra is the sacral chakra, okay? So it's kind of like the orange. You have the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, lavender, indigo, or indigo lavender, whatever it is. So the sacral chakra is telling you that you need to work on. This is so funny that everything's coming up for water magic for us. About doing work with inner child and emotional blocks. Cool. Yeah, I didn't even know you had a group. Water cleanses everything away. Yeah, Caitlin. Yeah, water. Yep, and it nourishes all living things, including dreams, aspirations, and achieving goals. I love. You guys are very connected. So, it's underactive is what I'm getting instead of overactive. So when you have an underactive sacral chakra, this means that you need to work on your dependency, your frustration, issues around shame and guilt, overindulgence, depression, and fear of pleasure. So we need to work on that stuff with you on your second chakra, your solar chakra, the color orange. So that's like your womb area, your pelvic, your creatrix. So the challenge is letting go of shame and guilt, right? Creating space for the energy of flow. So I'm going to give you an affirmation that I use a lot when I'm working with chakras. And you can do this every morning. And you can place like a chakra stone, or you can anoint this area with chakra oil and say these affirmations. So, light radiates from me. I embrace my emotions. And I am safe to release, and I am safe to heal. And that's the affirmation that I use for that. Yeah, called out. You know me, Caitlin. I really don't sugarcoat it. But you're working toward this right here, which is the center, the complete balance of where you're at. Oh, thank you. And so work with the butterfly. And you know the butterfly always has to do with death and rebirth, right? Coming out of your cocoon. Okay? So I know for us witches, Halloween is coming up, or Samhain. So we are going to be super busy in our practice, super busy in our community. We're going to be running businesses. If there is anybody here who wants to learn how to run a business, let me know, because I am opening some business classes and some one-on-one courses on how to step into businesses as far as your magical practice, as far as breaking into spiritual fairs, metaphysical fairs, and that kind of thing. So work on becoming balanced as a whole right here. But right now we're working with this for you. The ancestors work. Growth and life stages. So you are working in another energy that's coming through. That means you are leaving in one life stage and you're stepping into another one, which has to do with this butterfly, death and rebirth. And I know you know, because you've been one of my students, what the butterfly and death card, right, represents. A lot of times with the death card, people who don't really know tarot, or they whitewash it or whatever, which I am not a fan of whitewashing. It is what it is. The death card is the death card, but it's a beautiful card because it means something needs to end in order for you to grow and step into something that is new. So a lot of like Hay House stuff or authors won't put the actual image of a death card. Like, let me see if I can get the image of a death card. They'll put a butterfly, which is a representation of the death card. In order for me to have a connection with, I'm going through my Everyday Witch Tarot. In order for me to have a connection with the tarot deck, I have to connect with the death card. It is very important to me that they have a badass death card. Because I don't want a freaking butterfly. I want to know life is painful, right? Death is a beautiful card. It is. Life is painful. Like, you have cycles. And I don't want to be like everything is whitewashed and everything is toxic positivity and, oh, you can't put the death card or the Grim Reaper on there because people are going to freak out and they're going to think that they're dying. No, this is an education tool. This is a time for you to talk about what that really means and the death card. What does that really mean? It doesn't mean a physical death, although it depends on what questions you're asking and what's around it. I have that tarot, yeah. It's a good card. Caitlin said I have to connect with the strength card. If I can't feel the strength card and the power in the card, I have a hard time with that deck. Yeah, okay, so here's the death card. This is Everyday Witch Tarot, and this is the deck that I use when I do all of my readings. This is my workhorse deck. So here's the death card for Everyday Witch Tarot. Right? It's not a very nice looking card. And you can get ones that are more gruesome than this, where they're cutting off the heads or whatever, right? But with the death card, the universe is like, I'm cutting this negative attachment that you have right here. Either you're going to cut it or I'm going to cut it for you because you need to set yourself free. But don't worry, because this is where you're going. See this light right here peeking in the door? When one door closes, the other one opens. Beautiful death card. And they have other ones. I need to do a whole course on just the death card. Right? So, yeah. Number 13, it's always a death card. And number 13 is a magical number for witches. So, yeah, you agree with that. So, I hope that helps, Caitlin. I think it helps. Who else needed a card? I feel like there's one more. Hello, everyone. Hi. Did I miss someone? I feel like I missed someone. Yeah, Sarah. I was like, I know I have Sarah. I know I have one more. So let's see. Yeah, Sarah, I got you, Sarah. Let's pull cards. Oh, one popped out. Okay, let's do this one, Sarah. That one was fast. This is interesting because I always have a hard time with telling people about this because I don't know. Oh, child was born on October 13th. It's time for me to hop into good old Rock Springs today. Yay! Tell everyone I has said hello at Rock Springs. If you go by, my old house was on Douglas Drive on Rock Springs, so I hadn't been there since I was a kid. So go by and take a picture of the old house on Douglas Drive. So, all right. So Sarah's card, interesting. This is about concentrating and focusing on children, pregnancy, birth, and adoption. Super interesting. I don't resonate with children. Right? I don't have any children by choice. I've never wanted any children, and that's because of past life that I had. Because I was a past life for me, I was in excruciating pain during childbirth, and I died, and then my child died at childbirth. So that's why I have negative issues or negative energy around childbirth, because I was in so much pain, and that is why I'm so fearful of pain. But let's talk about this. What's going on with you about children and birthing and nurturing and motherhood? And for me, it's not really birthing. It means what the ancestors are telling me. It may not be like a physical birth. All right. It may just be nurturing a community or the next door neighbor's kind of child. So I want you to think about that and let me know. Let's have a conversation about this, Sarah, because I'm really intrigued about this because I hardly ever pull this card for people. Okay. So does this resonate with you? Do you have like African American ancestry? Are you drawn to African American studies? Like a sense of community? Do you feel like you speak to children, or children are just drawn to you? Because you could have been this is what I'm getting, that you were like a village mother to everybody in the past life. So if that resonates with you, let me know, because that's super interesting. I relate to the baby as a new beginning. Okay, yeah. I want you to dive into your past life with this, though, because I believe this was coming through as a past life with this. So I want you to do a past life regression or a past life reading. And if you want to do a past life reading, let me know, because I can do one for you. Oh, thank you. Because I believe this is your past life coming up for you. And I really would like for you to dive into what is going on with this, because I feel a sense of loss for you with this. Interesting. And there's another water healing. Got lots of waters today. Lots of water. Yes, okay. Yeah, because I'm getting a sense of loss from the child kind of children thing, and I'm not going to go too much into that because I'm getting the messages and that's a private thing. So yeah, contact me about this because I feel this is past life stuff. Let's see. I don't know. Let me go see if I can see who this person is, because it just says Facebook user. So, Ellen. Hello, Ellen. So is Ellen the one that wanted a? Hello, Astra. How are you? Thanks for joining me today. So, was it Ellen that wanted her? Because when I'm looking at it on my my streaming, if you don't allow permission, then it doesn't show me the name. It just says Facebook user or Instagram user or YouTube user or something like that. So I have to go back into the group, and I think it's Hey Renee, how are you? I think it's Ellen who wants a book. A card. So this is kind of the stuff that we're going to be talking about in my mediumship that's coming up. Mediumship Mastermind at the end of the month, which is $333 a month or $333 paid in full, and you do get a paid in full bonus. So let me drop that link again for you guys. So there is a link to more information about the Successful Psychic Mastermind that's coming up and about this month. I've got a paranormal paranormal investigation that's coming up tonight. So you will see me post pictures, take pictures, and maybe tomorrow I'll post some stuff. So let's see. Anybody else want a card? Because I'm pulling ancestor cards today. Let's do a little bit of mediumship too. This is for the collective. So this is how I do mediumship with tarot. This is just a mini course. So I guess I'm not showing up. Type in your name so I can look and see. Type in your name in the chat box so I know. So instead of saying like, yes, please, I guess I'm not showing that, me, type in your name so that I know you want a card. Ellen, got you, Ellen. All right, so I thought it was you, Ellen. So let's see what the ancestors are saying for Ellen. And then Catherine wants one too, so. Ellen. That's what I was singing today. I think I'm gonna do old school R&B today. It's gonna vamp it up, right? Okay, this is interesting. This is so fitting for you. I just got this earlier for another client. So, and if anybody knows Ellen, she has beautiful red hair. So this is very much fitting of Ellen. This is Ellen's ancestors. So this is about your Viking ancestors. I want you to start doing Viking magic and rune magic and bringing in that warrior goddess for you. So this usually, it means like exploring, traveling, living your life, right? But with this one, I want you to bring in your warrior goddess energy, right? Exploring, traveling, leaving stuff behind so you can be lighter is what they're telling me. When you're traveling, clean house, clean out baggage, let go of things, repurpose things, clean. And they're not just saying clean your physical space, is what they're showing me also. They're also saying energetically you need to clean. Do some more water magic, bringing that Viking warrior magic for you. Right? Does that make sense? I love that one for you. You know, Vikings were badass. Sometimes you just gotta fight. Sometimes you just gotta, take that sword out of its sheath and you just gotta cut through that shit. And that's what the universe is saying, cut through it. And Catherine, you should use star cards so I can see your names. Yeah, right. Yeah, I love trollers. They're so fun. This is why I like doing this shit, because people show who they truly are. And so when you fuck with a witch, don't be surprised of the repercussions of what you get. And so that's all I have to say. So fuck with me and find out as well what I want to say, Brad. I wonder if we can, hold on a second, let me see. I love that. So Catherine wants, and this is, I don't take lightly to, I think they're funny. I don't put a lot of energy in them, but this is what I want to talk to you about too also. And I teach this in my Witchy School of Wisdom class. And also what's coming up is the Mastermind Mediumship too, is don't take any shit from anybody. You have tools, you have magic, you have the universe, you have spells, you have herbs, you have the universe. You just got to tap into it and don't take any shit. Do not be afraid to put up a defensive spell. I have a course on it, how to do a whole bunch of defensive spells. Now, let me see if I can, let me go get one so I can show you. Hold on. I'm going to be off camera for a second, but I'm not going anywhere. All right, so hold on. Oh. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can see this. So this is a defensive spell that I did for a client. And this person was causing a lot of problems, and this is a commanding spell. As you can see, there's the skull. There you go. That's a good picture, actually. I need to take a screenshot of that. Someone take a screenshot. And So we pretty much fucked him up because he was being an ass. So, and that's what I teach in my class. And I teach, yeah, nice. And I teach this kind of stuff that don't be afraid of defending yourself magically. Don't be afraid to light that black candle. Don't be afraid to pull out the pins, the spit, the graveyard dirt. I'm going to teach you guys how to use graveyard dirt when you're working with Ouija boards. That's going to be on Master Your Magic. That's a course I taught. On Psychic Medium Mastermind that's coming up. So we're going to talk about, and I'm going to teach you how to use all this kind of stuff. And that's the biggest thing that a lot of witches, or I wouldn't even say witches, I'm trying to fix my thing right here so you guys can, there you go. A lot of witches kind of frown upon. It's like, oh, you have to be all light and love, and you have to, you can't do negative shit. Fuck that. If you mess with me, my money, my dog, my partner, my home, my business, I'm coming for you. It's as long as you have clean hands and you don't have any, if it's done to you, you have every single right to protect yourself. And so my defensive magic class and what I teach in that, and in the academy, I totally forgot to mention the academy. I teach you guys, don't be afraid of it. I teach you step by step how to protect yourself. You have every single right to do that. And you have the universe, and you have herbs, you have salt, you have, Liz said the balance has to always be there. It's called karma, correct? So don't be afraid, because you have every right to protect yourself. And if you have to put up a, defensive magic spell, fucking put it up. I don't play games with that anymore. I'm not all this, oh, I send you off for light and love. There's times where you're like, oh, you're just a freaking idiot. I'm not going to even waste a candle on you, right? Yeah, don't come for me. I won't come for you. Exactly. But there's times where like, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you messing with me. And so now I got to do the big stuff. So don't be afraid to use it. And that's what I teach in the class also. Yeah, you have to protect yourself. Yeah. Looks like a fish, it does. Karma is a witch, exactly. I was ready to fight. So I'm checking. Hold on a second. Okay, I think we got that. So someone else needs a card, right? And then I think I'm going to jump off here because I got to finish writing my article for Which Way magazine. That's coming up. I got to finish that. I don't even know what I'm writing about. So I have to figure out what I'm writing about. One more card. Oh, Sarah wants to know, are the classes live sessions? Okay, so good question. The classes are live once a month, and then we have a private Facebook group. And then every month we are going to have practice sessions live like this. It'll be recorded. So if people can't make it live, you can always watch the replay. And so, yeah, it is live. It's collective. Okay. So that way we pull from collective energy, and it's not just, give me your information, Luz, and I'll write it down. So it's not just us doing like, oh, let's go through a workbook kind of thing, or let's go through A through Z. And I'm going to be honest with you. And I was just telling my friend yesterday, let me write down your information. And send me a message too. That's my website, so you can always send messages through there. Piece of paper would be nice, y'all. What was I talking about? Facebook. Let me copy this real fast, y'all. Hold on. All right, I got you. I got you down. So yeah, it's live, it's recorded. If you can't make it live, that's what I'm talking about. It's not just us going through workbook. It's actually doing spirit communication through candle magic, candle flames, tarot cards, Ouija boards. That's what I forgot to show y'all. Hold on. Pendulums, spirit bottles. I just created this. Spirit bottle. And like I said, I don't like to use a lot of electronic tools. I have some because you have to do recordings and EVPs and stuff. But I just created this spirit bottle. So whenever spirit comes in, I'll ask them to move the pendulum. Right? So I'm not teaching mediumship class as far as let's stand up and do gallery style like you see on TV. This is actual evidential mediumship. You will see the planchette move. You see automatic writing stuff. You see the pendulum move. You will see the lights flicker back and forth, right? You see the candle flame dance when you ask questions. If you say, move the candle flame left for no, right for yes, whatever, you'll see it move. That's how we're going to do mediumship. We're not going to sit there and stand in front of people and say, oh, I see a mother has passed away. I have a motherly energy, which that will come into play also. But it's more of using our witchy tools to do mediumship. And we will meet once a month. We will have a practice session. We will bring people in as a whole. I'm going to try to bring people in like I did Netta on the screen. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. And learn from each other, learn what tools we use, learn what energetic spirits are there. We're going to work with beings, aliens, ascended masters, elementals. We're going to talk about demons. Don't freak out about demons, y'all. I'm going to educate you. This is raising the veil about taboo spiritual stuff, mediumship. So I've been working on allowing them to come in more lately. Yeah, we're going to do some automatic writing. So this is, and I'm going to talk about doing business, how to create business model for mediumship skills. If you want to turn this into a business, I'm going to show you how to do some business classes, maybe package some stuff up, how to do your website, that kind of stuff. This is a 12-month program. So every month we will meet once a month to do live practice sessions. You will learn how to connect with energy. You will learn how to connect with your spirit guides, your ancestors, whoever your protection team is. Yeah, I can't wait. It's so amazing. And let me drop that in so you guys. And so if you want to learn more about your mediumship practice in a group setting, hive mind, learning not only off of me, but other people, because everybody has different energy. Everybody has different paths. I don't connect so much with Native American energy, so maybe we'll have someone who connects with Native American energy. And they're like, oh yeah, I know that spirit, that's a skinwalker. Or, that's this kind of buffalo woman kind of energy. Or, this is this kind of elemental that's connected to this land, water, spirit, elemental. So we're going to learn from the hive mind. We're not going to be just calling in and speaking to spirits who have lived on this plane and have passed through. You can call in pet readings, pets who have passed through. That's really huge. A lot of people want to connect with their pets. Ascended masters, if you want to connect with ascended masters coming through, any messages coming from them, aliens, galactic beings. So we are just opening up to any positive energy that wants to come through and give us a message and how to connect that with that. So it's not just me sitting here like, oh, let's go through the workbook. Number 1, write down this. Number 2, write down this. Because I'm going to tell you, and I was just talking about this with my friend that's here. I hate journaling. I don't journal. And everybody tells you, journal it out, journal it out. I like pen to paper for some things. And I'm going to show you how to do automatic writing also. But you spend more time journaling than actually doing shit. I want to do shit. I want to get my hands dirty. I want to do a seance. I want to do spirit communication. I don't want to write down what my, freaking blocks are around spirit communication. I want to pull some cards. I want to do some pendulum work. I want to be in the mix of mediumship. I want to learn. I want to do. I don't want to write about it. And that's what this course is going to be about. And I'm sure a lot of people are like that too. I'm like, I just want to do it. Let's fucking do the damn thing, right? Let's not write about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get some evidence coming up. I want to learn how to do spirit communication. Let's sign up. Let's get you in it. We're starting the end of August. So it's a 12-month mastermind for 33 months. Or if you pay in full for 333, then you get a paid in full bonus. So I'm with you on that. I really like automatic writing. I do too. And here's the thing with automatic writing. And I'm going to teach you some paranormal investigations and how to do tools. It's going to be a mix of electronics, because you still need to record, because a lot of times we can't hear what they're saying, but we can catch it on recordings. And we're going to have some spirit box stuff and some EVP meters and all that kind of stuff. But it's a combination of both. Because here's a combination of both. You get the spiritual evidence along with the electronic evidence. So you put it together and you're like, yeah. So you're creating this like study of what's going on. So automatic writing is really cool, because when you do automatic writing, that's a tangible thing that you can keep for future investigations. Or if you're doing them for a person that's hired you to do it, you can actually give that to them to keep. Like as a keepsake, or like, here's the evidence that we gathered when we were in session. I want you to keep this. And then they're like, oh, I know you got a name. So now I could talk to this person and call this person in by, Anne, or, whatever. So now I have a name. So now I can talk to this person. So yeah, automatic writing is really cool. And, automatic writing doesn't have to be words. It can be pictures and images and colors, and, it doesn't have to be words. So I teach you guys all this that's coming up in the successful psychic mediumship course. Mastermind, because it's not just learning for me. I'll teach you the skills and I'll teach you what I learned, right? And give you tips and tricks. But it's about collective energy, learning from everybody. Okay? So let me know in the comments if you're interested in signing up, if you need more information. If you have signed up on this live, let me know and I'll send you a little special gift. So yeah, for anybody who signs up with that for live, let me know on this live today. Drop an emoji down below and I'll send you some kind of witchy spiritual gift in the mail. All right, so I'll wait for that. I feel like I have one more person that wanted a card. So while you guys are typing that, while you guys are signing up and you're giving me confirmation that you signed up on today's live, I'm going to pull a card. I feel like there's another person in here. Yeah, no, this says I'm with you on that. I really like automatic writing. Can't wait. So amazing. It's awesome. So I think we've got that one. Did I get everybody? Did I? Catherine, you need a card? Catherine needs a card. Let's see what Catherine's. Who else said they needed a card? Netta. Okay. Remind me, Netta. So this is for Catherine, and then we'll pull a card from Netta. And then I got to finish my article and then paranormal investigation. At the Beatty House. This is supposed to be in this really, really haunted house. Alright, thanks, Les. Why do they have two cards? There we go. This is for Catherine. Aww. Interact and relate. Community, family, and tradition. Right? Love this one. Reconnect with your family ancestors. Reconnect with, I love this one. This is almost like, I don't feel it is Aztec. I feel it's more Pacific Island energy for you. Which Way magazine? I feel like this is more Pacific Island for you, right? This is about balance for you, yin and yang. This is about inner wisdom from your ancestors. Going back to community, going back to, and then what they're telling me is you got away from your family traditions, which there's nothing wrong with that, but they're saying, how come you're not honoring the grandmother in your life right now? What is up with that? That's what I'm ready for. I'm getting my practice right. Here's it, y'all. Which way? Yeah, Con. Yeah, exactly. My ears itching. That's what I'm saying. When my ears itching and stuff, and my ears burn, that means like, yeah, you need to start talking. You need to start listening to your grandmother that's coming through. A lot of, not so much Native American. I'm getting Island Pacific for you, so that's super interesting. So, sense of community, honoring your grandmother, listening to your grandmother energy. Going back to family traditions. Why is they're saying some? She's showing me like a recipe, and she's showing me like some bread, a recipe that you need to make. I don't think it's cookies, although it may be. I'm seeing a loaf of grains and a loaf of bread. That your grandmother is like, you need to make this. This is our family tradition. It's made every year or on this special occasion. She was English. Interesting. Might be ancestors coming in, past life stuff. Or unless you're drawn to Pacific Islander magic. Probably Yorkshire pudding. Is that what it is? Yorkshire pudding? There's some kind of like bread or something that she's like, you're not honoring or you're not doing, or you need to get my recipe out and start making that. Traditions. She's mad because, and there's a tablecloth in there somehow, or linen or something. You're not using her stuff. You're not doing the family traditions that she taught you. Is there a tea cloth? I think, because I'm getting linen also from you. Yep, we have been talking about that and crumpets. There you go. Confirmation. You got it. Okay, Netta. Netta. I hope that helped. I love English. I'm half English and Irish, so Well, tea leaf reading is what she taught me. There you go. You need to start doing tea leaf readings, girlfriend. Come on. She's guiding you to do that. Ah, yeah. You're very welcome. Tea leaf readings, perfect. Because I'm telling you, there's some kind of like linen or something that has to do with the traditions and stuff. So, yeah, she does every day. Hey, good. So let's see what Netta's ancestors have to say. Netta, my friend. Whew. You gotta nourish your body with and heal your body through food. Whole food. Yep, I'll get back to that. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Whole foods and grains and vegetables. And what's interesting is what's coming up for you is this more Indian kind of energy, natural therapy, bringing in balance in your life. And I know we talked about this, and we talked about, you need more balance and stop struggling so much as far as giving. Ned is a giver. She gives way too much. She doesn't give enough to herself. And Arvada, I always have this, I always cannot pronounce that word. So Arvada, A-U-A-Y, sorry. Oh my God, wait. You are Arvada. I feel your body's too hot. Your energy's too hot. You need to cool down your blood. Arvada, correct. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I spelled that right. Yeah, your energy and your blood is too hot, and I'm getting that you're like this explosion about to happen, and you need to cleanse that with eating cooling foods. And I am not up on that, so you're gonna have to look for that. Start growing your own vegetables if you can. I don't even care if it's one little vegetable. Right? Liz, you wanna come on? I think Liz wanted to come on. Okay. Let's see if we can get Liz up. So there you go. So yeah, cooling foods, because I feel like your energy and your blood is just boiling, is what I'm getting. It's too hot for you, and you need to cool that down to bring that balance. And the way to cool down fire energy is with water. So you're going to have to drink a lot more water infused with cooling herbs, infused with cooling crystals. And I want you to look at Ayurvedic diet for you and creating that and wearing more white. And you know I'm not a fan of white, right? But you got to wear that energy of that cool color of white, cooling that down. Does that make sense? All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I can hear you. Yay!
I just didn't want to talk. You were talking, so I didn't want to say anything.
Okay. I hope that makes sense, Netta. So thanks for joining me live. Thanks for coming on the live. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. So tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, no. When you read that card and you showed the Viking, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, I'm pretty sure I should have some kind of Viking, because when I did my ancestry, I knew, because I naturally have red undertones in my hair.
Yeah.
And it came out that I'm like, even though it's very small, but I was like, yes, I knew it, because it's like I got 5% Scottish and Irish, and I'm like, I knew it.
Wow. Nice.
I knew it. Because I was like, there's no way that I could have, in our family, we have red in our hair, and that just comes out. That's I have to have a certain stylist dye my hair to cover the grays now because, like, yeah, you can't. No, I have red. The red comes out really fast. So when you give me just plain, you need to gloss it because
Yeah,
it looks
exactly.
horrible.
So, what are some ways that you want to learn about working with your Viking ancestors, which is your warrior goddess for sure?
Well, it's almost everything because I feel like there's a little bit of everything with
Mhm.
me because I don't go just one particular way. My family is, and to give background, my last 500 years of my family has been in Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
So that I know for sure. However, I know that there's mixes in there, and I don't tend, even though I've been told and my ancestors tell me I have to do, I have to do either Santeria or I have to do um Espiritismo or anything. Is like I feel something just tells me I know that's what you're wanting me to do, but something in me is like I'm eclectic. I go all ways.
Right. Yep.
I'm a free spirit. It's like I respect it. I'll do it. I'll learn it. But I that's not only me
Yeah.
because
And that's how everybody is in, the program that I am and that I teach is that I started off Christian, left Christianity. It started off Wicca, left Wicca because there's too many rules. And now I teach eclectic stuff. I teach about what resonates with you, how to create your own magic that resonates with you, your own special magic sauce, whether it is a combination of Santeria or, Viking magic, or maybe you want runes and, Santeria, whatever it is, it's a combination that works for you because you're working with all of your ancestors. And there's no rules. I teach there's
yeah,
no rules. Forget the
yeah,
rules. We don't have time to deal with rules. We're in a different age right now.
yeah,
And wherever your ancestor and whatever, despite what you look like physically, because who cares about the physical, right?
yeah,
Um, you have to do the magic that your ancestors are showing you and where they're directing you to be.
oh, yeah,
You have to honor that, no matter what everybody else says. It is so important that you honor that and you do that. So kudos for you saying I'm eclectic. I can do both. I can do it all, and you can do
yeah,
it all. You can do all the magic.
yeah. And that's what I feel because everyone, and I know this
Mhm.
because I've known it since I was little, and they've always told it to me. And we come from a magical family.
Correct.
All of even my kids. My kids will even tell people, "Don't mess with my mom. She's a witch." I'm telling you, and I'm being
Correct.
serious. And
Exactly.
my kids are afraid of it. I'm like, no, you have to embrace it. When you hear them, when you see them, when you feel them, a lot of times that's just your ancestors or your spirit guide. They're just trying to tell you what to do and try to protect you in any way or face or fashion. You just got to let it in.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to dig into it. But
Correct.
when you gave me that card, it just hit me on the head because it was just like I'm at the point right now that I'm going through schools and everything because I'm obsessed right now with herbalism and natural healing and going back to natural neuropathic healing. And I'm like, oh my God. And then when you said the Vikings what hit me on the head because like when I think Viking, I think back to the old natural root
Yeah.
ways of doing
Yeah.
things.
Root magic.
Root magic. And it's just like that's what I do. And my kids will always come to me. They're like, Mom, I have a sinus infection. I have this. And then I'll make something for them. I'll make a tincture for them. Like, here, give it to the baby.
Yeah.
The babe, my granddaughter had a pink eye the other day, and I made a tincture for her eyes. And my son was like, by the end of the day, I stayed with her the whole day. And by the end of the day, her eyes were clear. Her
Yeah.
eyes, they brought it to me in the morning. Her eyes were puffy and everything. And I just started putting the, the, the compressions on her that I made with the calendula and all my different herbs that I mixed to make it naturally that I learned from my grandmother. And it was like by the end of the day, it was like she was she was happy. She could see. She wasn't itchy.
Yeah. That's the thing that I tell my students and I teach is that we have the ability to heal through our hands. And that's what the magician card is about, right? And that's what the healer energy is about. And that's really what being a witch is about, healing through your hands. And some people are, they come to me like, I don't resonate with the word witch. And I was like, that's fine. You don't have to. It's just a name. Resonate with creatrix or healer or energy healer or alchemist or, whatever it is. But as women, as the divine female energy, we heal, and that's through our hands. And back in the day in Christianity, right, they do that now. It's called laying hands on people, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
all
the
of
same.
it is energy.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's like, I of course being, raised in Catholicism, but also doing the other, plus also doing the witchcraft side of, like, they want to call it witchcraft, and it's like I've had friends of mine. I've even had my stepdaughter, because I remarried when my husband passed, and she was like, because she's a little witchy, but she doesn't
Yeah.
she doesn't accept it yet, because her mother's side of the family, they're very, very Baptist, Southern, you know Christian. And she asked me one day, she's like, well, don't you feel like you're doing something wrong, because in the Bible it says that witchcraft is evil, you get punished. And I said, I looked at her like, you have to understand something. I was born into this doing both, and
Yeah.
to me they're one and the same. They're together, and it doesn't seem wrong to me, because at the same time, in my mind, is like, if God, spirit, whatever, universe, high power gave me this gift, why would I not use it? If it's bad, why was it given to
Yeah.
me if it
Exactly.
wasn't meant to use?
Yeah, and that's you got to think about that, and healing the witch wound, right? And the reason why in the Bible, of course, I have a whole thing about what the Bible is and teaches you, and it's about taking power away from women. That's really what it is.
Absolutely.
So if the village goes to the village healer and spends the money at the village healer instead of the church or the clergy, well, of course they're going to start this whole, oh, well, I'm just going to put it in the book that witchcraft is evil.
Exactly.
Because they want to control the female power, and they want to control the money.
Absolutely.
And that's all it is. It's about control.
It's about controlling power. You control the masses, and religion has been one of one of man's greatest power in controlling the masses.
Yeah.
Is through religion and fear.
Correct. And and once you have that divine energy and you tap into the divine power, you can do absolutely everything. There is nothing not worse, but there's nothing more powerful than a woman who knows their worth and knows and can find their voice and speak their voice and know their power.
Yeah.
And powerful women can change things.
No, absolutely. We've had power for centuries.
Right, so it's about tapping into that power again, and it's about healing that witch wound or that past life of when you were healed, and when you were shunned or when you were hung or burned at the stake or whatever it was, right? Healing that, so you can step into your witch power now and do the divine work and the healing that needs to be done for the masses. Because now is the big shift. Now is to do it.
Oh,
and then they said their kids are the same way. So yeah. And I think a lot of kids now, I mean, you have children, so I'm sure that, you come from a long line of magical, witchy people, women. So, you probably pass that on.
Oh, yeah. On both sides. My sons, as well as my grandchildren, they can see, they can hear. They'll come to me, and I can see them, and they'll just, my 3-year-old granddaughter, she's just talking to someone, and I don't fear it. I just ask her. I'm like, "Oh, are you speaking to someone today?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Oh, who are you speaking to today?" And she'll just start wailing off names. And if it's a name I can think of, and I know that person, I'm like, "Oh, so you're talking to Grandpa?"
Yeah.
She never got to meet her grandfather when he passed. So it's like, "Oh, so Grandpa's talking to you today?" Okay. And they see me. They'll see.
I think that kids too are innately open, and the fear in adulthoods, and and they learn to shut that down at a
Mhm.
very early age, I think. But I think kids are very open, and I think it's important now to kids who have that psychic ability or have that, the knowledge ability, that it's important that we trust them, that we encourage them, and we don't say, oh, stop doing that, it's evil, it's negative kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
That we talk to them and say, what do you see? What do you feel? What's going on? Let
Mhm.
me encourage you. So I think it's important to start believing them and start helping them develop their skills and not be so afraid of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because
Because
they go.
I mean, I don't know what your past is about it, but a lot of my clients come from that. Hey, um, I've had the gift since I was a kid, but I shut it down. And since I've shut it down, I'm completely terrified of my gifts, and I'm completely terrified of who I am and what I can do. And it's wreaked havoc on their entire life.
Oh yeah. Mine's was shut down later on as my mom would send me to church. And so going to church, you're taught something and then you start listening to what's being taught in church, even though you're seeing something different at home. So sooner or later, one takes over the other.
Correct.
So for me, church took over
Mm-hmm.
as I started getting older and I started walking away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then having my father, he knew about it. He was very aware of it, but he was very scared of it. So anytime I would even speak of it, he would just be no,
Yeah.
we can't talk about it. We can't. He was scared of it. Now my second husband that I have now, he's very open about it. He's very open about it. He talks about it that his mom would always throw cards, and he's so open about it that it's opened me up, allowed me to talk about it without having the fear of no, we can't talk about that. Oh, they're gonna come for us, and it's
Yeah. I was watching and that's what we're going to do in the mediumship circle too. Is we're going to take some of that stigma away from these taboo kind of things, right? Like Ouija boards and all kind of stuff. And I'm going to teach you about that. So I was watching the episode because I'm a big paranormal investigation. I have a friend here about the murder plantation. It was Zach Baggins, and I hate Zach Baggins. Um, hey, bro, hello. I hadn't seen you forever. Um, so if you before I get on a tangent on that, so get with Rowan about Viking stuff and learning runes. He'll teach you how to do that too.
with whom?
Rowan Wolf Runecraft. If you want to learn about runes, I've tried to learn runes and it just doesn't resonate with me. So he's a genius when it comes to
Okay.
teaching.
Yeah, I have my girlfriend Stephanie. She does ruins all the time, and it's like I don't get that stuff, girl.
Yeah.
She's tried to teach me. She's got me into tarot really heavily, and it's
Mhm.
like, and she does ruins, and I'm like, I'm just gonna follow you. You just tell me.
Yeah. So, but if you want more in depth, get with him because he's really
Oh,
good and really patient, very sweet guy. And but anyway, so we're watching this ghost adventure thing in Myrtle Mansion, and um, Zach was like, "Is it okay if we bring in like a voodoo priestess, or if we do like rituals?" And they're like, "No, we don't allow tarot cards, we don't allow Ouija boards, and we don't allow voodoo stuff here." And I'm like, "Then that means you don't even know what those tools are really about, and you're just going on what the social media and what the movies have said it is."
yeah,
Because, and I'm like, "You're in New Orleans. Why get that magic is around you? You can't
yeah.
shut that magic out, whether you give it permission or not.
It's
That's
gonna
just
hit you.
around
It's
you."
around you. Yeah. My husband's desperate to take me to New Orleans. He's like, babe, if I take you to New Orleans, you're gonna love it. I'm like,
I love it. You're in Puerto Rico, right?
I'm actually in Florida.
Oh, that's
My
right. Oh, that's right.
my,
My bad.
yeah,
Florida.
my family's from my whole family's from Puerto Rico, and that's where my ancestry is coming from, mixed with the African and everything else.
Yeah.
But I was born in Florida, so
Yeah.
Florida is my home state. There's enough witchiness around here that I can feel every.
That's that swamp magic, man.
Oh yeah, I can smell things without seeing it, but then I'm also very sensitive. Like I can go places, and there's certain places that I can go that even if I wanted to cross that threshold, my body physically will not cross it.
No, I was just telling my friend about that yesterday. Because
It's
I
like,
was
okay, I can't come in here for some reason.
yeah,
Either I'm not prepared or I don't
yeah,
have enough power to resist what's ever
yep,
in there. So I'm staying out here
yeah.
and I won't go in.
Because we were just talking about that. I was like, is there any place that you've been that really just scares you, terrifies you, where you've had to run? And she was like, no. And I was like, me neither. But I've had, like, I have an issue with stairs or liminal spaces, right?
Mm.
And then I've had it where my trigger is I get physically ill. And I've had it where the energy is like, you can't step over this threshold. You can't come in. You need to not even enter. And then when I try to push myself, I get sick, and so I have to come back and retreat. And then I'm like, all right, let's ground, let's center, let's try it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I do the same way. I have an issue with stepping over the liminal space or thresholds. My body is like, you hit a wall, and they're like, no, you can't come in. No. And you're like, can I come in? And you're like, no. I'm like, all right, well, fuck. I guess I'll just stand out here, twiddle my thumbs, because,
It rarely happens to me, but the last time it happened to me was like over like 10 years, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, because that's when I lived in Pensacola. And I went to see this house that was going up for sale. And I have a fascination with old homes. I have a fascination and love for plantation homes. I'm like, either I was a former slave or I was a plantation owner. It's one of the two. Because I have such an obsession with plantation, the old architecture.
Yep.
So it's like either I'm a past life I was a slave or I was a plantation owner, one or the other. But I love it. And this house just enthralled me and I loved it. And I walked around the house, no problem whatsoever. But the house had like a triple garage detached.
Yeah.
And when I went to go to open the door, because the door to the kitchen opened up to a little, a little porch, and then it connected to the door to go to the garage. And when I opened the door to go into that garage, I was slam hit with such a force that even me craning to put my head in the door just to look in there, it was like, no, you cannot pass. And it was like all of a sudden I started getting fearful. My body started reacting like it was scared. And I wasn't scared, but it was just that feeling was being given to me like you scared shitless. And I'm like, okay, I told my girlfriend, okay, the tour is over, we need to go.
Yeah.
And she's like, what happened? Like, I need to go.
I had the same reaction because I lived in Tennessee for a long time. I used to go to plantations up at Nashville and stuff. And Franklin, they had a really cool one in Franklin. And I felt the same way when they had the slave quarters. And when I had to try to go into the slave quarters, it would not let me come in there. It would not let me pass. And I'm like, this is not good energy. And I, tried, because you could look in there and you could see the spinning wheel and everything. I couldn't even, like you said, peek my head in there and look at it. And I'm like, there's something really bad in that. And I'm not going in there. And that was the very first time that I couldn't go into a space. And it pisses me off because I've always been, as you know, that warrior kind of goddess energy. You get into it, you're like, you're not stopping me.
Yeah. I want to overcome it. I want to get over it. I want to pass over it. I want to get over that fear. But then at one point, something in the back of my mind was telling me it's not meant for you. And something was telling me there's certain things you don't understand that you need to understand that there's certain things you just can't do right now. So just don't take it as a loss. Take it as you have to learn something. So come back later. So I was like, okay. And I told my girlfriend we got to go. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, nope. We need to go because I really don't want to bring this energy with me home. And then now I'm going to have an issue at home with this energy. So this energy is telling me, get the hell out.
Yeah.
And I could almost hear something saying, get out. Just get out. And I was like, okay. I'll let you be.
So are you going to join us in the mastermind?
Yeah, I was looking at it. And because I get your monthly email, my emails.
Yeah. Good.
So I'm just getting things organized and stuff. But yeah, when you gave me that reading and you talked about all the herbs and everything, I was like, oh my God. Because my whole plan was I want to open a shop. I really want to open a shop, but I want to open more of like an herbal shop to teach people heal themselves naturally and use certain things, but I don't want it to be particularly just one thing. I want
Yeah.
it to be something that's open to all,
Yeah.
practices and everything, that everyone's welcome. And like I was telling my husband, like later on, I would like to have like little classrooms in the back, so like other people, if they know something, like
Right.
whether they want to teach about ruins or tarot or whatever they're good at, they can always have a class
Yeah.
in the store, and it's open to anybody. You know what I mean?
I like
So,
it.
cause,
Yeah, and I
'cause-
think it's a good energy now to start creating that, especially after the lockdown we had. People want to gather in
mhm,
person, and they want to feel the energy of being around magical people
mhm,
and energies of being in circle and raising vibration and learning from the collective. And so I think you should really dive into that, because I really think now the energy is shifted where people want to actually gather in
yeah,
person. They
yeah.
need that. So,
Oh
all
yeah.
right, my friend, it's almost lunchtime here. I wish I could hang out. How do y'all think about this? I feel like I should do some more of these just off the cuff stuff. Let me pull a card for you.
It's good.
One less card. I'm gonna pull a not mediumship. So I'm glad you're gonna be joining us.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun. So let's pull one last card. I think I'm gonna start doing these just random lives. It's fun. I get to
You
hang
catch
out with
people. Yeah, because your last live I missed it because I was actually in the office. So I was like,
yeah. They were like, yeah, do some more. And this is very off the cuff. I've never done it like this before, and I like it. I like bringing people on. I like chatting, like hanging out. A day in the life of the witch, and
or the
so
wannabe witch,
yeah,
the beginner witch.
yeah. So let's see what we need. Oh, hibernation and regeneration. So interesting. So the universe says take some time out to rest your body. You've been doing a lot. What is this crystal that's coming up? All these crystals.
Mm.
You need to do
Oh
some
wow.
crystal work.
I love crystals. I have a whole bunch of crystals, like even right here next to my tarots.
Okay, good. Quartz crystals.
I have a quartz wand.
Okay, perfect.
I have, I have pistachio. I have obsidian. I just have
Yeah.
tons.
They're showing me more of a high vibrational stone for you, so more of like a clear quartz or a white stone.
Okay.
And they're saying that you need to go into total darkness and you need to sleep, rejuvenate, and rest, because they're saying what I'm about to show you and to catapult you into, you need to rest before the race, is what they're saying.
The races.
The races. Rest before the races. Get your mind right, is what they're saying.
Yeah. Get prepared.
Yep, get prepared. Yep, listening.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, good. So rest this weekend. Don't do a whole lot.
Awesome. And I was thinking of doing a whole lot, and I guess I won't again.
Not yet. We want you to rest. We want you to get ready for what, the universe, God, Goddess, Source is about to show you and what they're about to teach you. And I'm going to be with you on that journey.
Yeah.
So, yay. I'm excited.
Learning more
All
stuff.
right, my friend. I'm going to shut the live off. If you
All right.
need me, let me know. Send me a message. I had a paranormal investigation this weekend, but if you need sessions or if you need one-on-one coaching or whatever, let me know and let's talk about it.
All right. Awesome.
All right, thanks for joining me live.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.